We'll wait for some time. We can put ourselves on mute. Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Vikram Singh this side, the Director of Admissions, OP Jindal Global University. And with me, I have my fellow colleagues, Professor Brajesh Kumar, who is the Vice Dean of Jindal Global Business School, Professor Divya Sharma, who is the Program Head for the online MBA Business Analytics course, which is offered in association with Coursera. I have Professor Nivedita Haldar with me, and we are joined by Professor Amanish as well. We all heartily welcome you for today's exciting session, and we look forward to share our experiences, ideas. I can see the number of participants are slowly, the number is taking up, and it's an honor to be present before all of you. And we will just wait for 30 odd seconds so that if anybody is joining in, they get the benefit of time. And in the meantime, while we will be sharing our thoughts with all of you, it is my humble request, please actively use the question and answer session if you have any queries, because we all have gathered today over here. It may be, since we are reaching out to a global audience, I should rather reframe it as a good morning to some, good evening to some, and good afternoon to some of you. So we all are sitting in India right now. It is evening 6 o'clock as per the Indian Standard Time. So from here, it is a very good evening. And yes, we have crossed the 70 participants as of now. Oh, great. We have some people joining in from London as well. So that shows we have a diverse audience today across the globe, and it's a great honor. Great. So we have friends from Nigeria. It is 1:30. Wow. Somebody has joined us from Sweden. Oh, great. So we have a attendee from Hyderabad as well. Malaysia, New Zealand. Fantastic. See, this is the best part of this online session. And thanks to IT that we all are so closely connected. So Patrick has joined in from Kenya, and he's also mentioning that it's 3:30 over there. Great. We have someone from Australia as well, Saudi Arabia. What more we can ask right now? We all are very happy and excited because we have a global audience listening to us. And in the best interest of time, I would like to start the session. So very good evening once again to all the fellow attendees who have joined us today. I am Vikram Singh this side, the Director of Admissions, Jindal Global Business School. And with me, I have my fellow colleagues. We are from OP Jindal Global University. If you can see the backdrop of Professor Divya, Nivedita, and me, this is our main university campus, which is spread across 100 acres in a city named as Sonipat, which is on the border area of Delhi. And this is our lovely campus where we all work together. And today we are here to share our insights on the 2-year MBA program, which is an online degree in business analytics. And with me, my colleagues, the academicians are here to share the insights of what business analytics looks like in future, what exactly is going to be the course content, the curriculum, how we have conceptualized this course, and what makes it great and meaningful to especially the working professionals like you. So to start with, I would first like to invite our Vice Dean, Professor Brajesh, who would give you a slight introduction about Jindal Global Business School. So over to you, Professor Brajesh.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you very much. And thanks for reminding us that it's not only good evening, it's a kind of some part of the Northern America, it's good morning and good evening. So I also welcome you all for this very unique kind of webinar where we are going to talk a lot about our newly launched MBA BA program, MBA in Business Analytics. So just give you a very brief background. I am Brajesh Kumar and I am a professor of finance at Jindal Global Business School. And I'm also academically taking care of the Vice Dean Academics. So I'd like to welcome you all for this great session. Just to give you a very, very brief background about the university and the school. So our university is OP Jindal Global University is started in 2009. It's not, we are not a very, very kind of old university. We are a very newly established university, but we are very proud to have, like in our university, we have around 12 schools. Like we have a law school, we have a business school, we have a school of international affairs. So as of now, we have around 12 different schools. We offer around 51 different academic programs. And as of now, we have around more than 8,000 students with 1:9 faculty student ratio. So we are very proud to have a great university, which actually looking into the research, the curriculum, and all kind of the development of the students. We are recently recognized by in year 2020 by the government of India. We are recognized as an Institute of Eminence because most of you are going to the website and probably want to understand what is the Institute of Eminence. So very few public and private university in India has been awarded the Institute of Eminence, and we are very proud that we are kind of the only non-STEM university who has been awarded as an Institute of Eminence, and that gives us a power to develop different kind of unique programs, and we are actually governed by the Charter of Institute of Eminence, right? We are also awarded as the #1 private university by the QS ranking. So QS University World Ranking in year 2020 has awarded us the #1 private university in the country, right? So this is the kind of the university setup we are in. We are, in terms of the number of schools, we are the second schools which has been started in year 2010. So in 2010, we have started our MBA program with only, I think, 40 students and 10 faculty members. But now in year 2021, we have around 1,200 students and more than 100 faculty members. And we have more than 8 undergraduate and the postgraduate programs, excluding this part-time, excluding our PhD programs. Right. So when we look at the JGBS, and just to give you a brief idea about the different kind of programs, we have 4 undergraduate programs. So we have a BBA program, and we have a specialized BBA program. So we have started a BBA program in business analytics, BBA program in family businesses, and BBA program in the financial market. So we have a 4 undergraduate programs. In terms of the postgraduate programs, we also have very unique, I will say in finance language, a portfolio of the MBA program. So we have a 5 years integrated BBA MBA program, which is a postgraduate program. Of course, we have the 2 years MBA program. And we also in year 2020, we have started our online blended program with the help of the course, with the help of the Acad, which is called MBA in Digital Banking and Finance, right? And this year, in year 2021, we have started our very unique program, which we are gathered here to learn more about that program, which is MBA in Business Analytics. So I will not talk a lot about the MBA in Business Analytics because Professor Nivedita and Professor Divya is there. But one thing I just wanted as a finance student and a faculty members, and otherwise also, when you look into the businesses, what we have learned that the technology and the data is going to play a very, very important role in all the businesses, be it supply chain, be it HR, be it operations, finance, marketing. So technology and how you are going to understand those data is going to help us a lot in running our businesses. So it's our important duty as a university to come up with such kind of unique program, which gives you not only to understand and let's do some kind of modeling with the data, but how you can bring those kind of important business insights. Because ultimately, if you are not bringing those insights, it's not going to help. So this BBA, MBA, BA program is typically designed to help our MBA students to understand the data, analyze the data, and of course, bring meaningful insights so that they can be applicable to the businesses. So that is definitely we have a very important kind of, I will say, skill set which our MBA, BA students are going to have. But other than that, because they are also becoming MBA students, so they are also going to understand the different aspects of MBA, like the finance, the marketing, the operations, and the OBHR, and the certain other skill sets like the critical thinking. So that's also very, very important for any master's MBA program. So in terms of the communication skill, in terms of becoming a leadership skills. So these, when you look into the program, and as I said, Nivedita and Divya is going to talk more about that, you will find that the MBA program is uniquely curated so that our students, our MBA, BA students, not only gather the technology part, not becoming so-called the data scientist, but also get into the coming up with the insights so that they are equipped for the future job markets. So this is all from my Vikram, from my side, and I regarding the courses and all, my other colleagues will speak more about that. But I'm happy to take questions once we have we listen from all the panelists. Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you, Professor Brajesh. So, friends, if I may have the liberty to be a friend of yours, because we are all working professionals and I do understand. So, friends, let me just give you a small background about the Jindal Global University. So, all of you who have been native of India, you would have definitely heard about Jindal Global University. But for the benefit of all, since we have somebody joining in, like Alice has joined from Sweden, Max has joined from China, Patrick has joined from Australia, Ahmed has joined from Kenya. Let me tell you, the best part of OP Jindal University is it is a very young university. It started in year 2009, and in 2020, we broke into the international rankings, and this year we were judged as the #1 private university as per the QS World University Rankings in India. It is a matter of great pride for us because we are just a decade-old institution. But yes, our dreams are big. Where we want to go, we are very clear in our approach. And like any good institution, we are very thoughtful for our students. Taking it ahead, I would like to welcome you all once again, and to make this session more exciting and meaningful, once we are done with this small inputs by different academicians over here, I would encourage all of you to please type in your queries in the Q&A sessions only. It is my personal request. Please do not type your question in the chat box, because the space is a constraint over there. So all the queries should be posted in the Q&A box itself. Now, coming on to the second part of the session, let me introduce you to the program director, Professor Divya Sharma. And Professor Divya Sharma will be talking about the business analytics program as a future. Somebody just now, I saw somebody posted a question, what is BA? So BA stands for business analytics. So with that, I would invite Professor Divya to share her thoughts and take the session ahead. Over to you, Professor Divya.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vikram. Greetings to one and all who have joined us from all over the world. It is indeed a very heartening moment for us that you have given us the opportunity of hosting you all for this webinar about our online MBA degree in business analytics, which is offered on Coursera's global platform. So to start with, I'll just give you a little brief about the program and about business analytics, and then maybe some more detailed questions we can take up later. So I'll start off with the question that has been posted in the chat window. BA basically, as Vikram mentioned, stands for Business Analytics. It's just an acronym that we use for the program. And Business Analytics, I'm sure many of you have would have heard about it, and that is primarily the reason that you're here. It is a buzzword. It is something which is very up and happening these days. And it's almost like a new revolution in the technology industry which is emerging, and many of us would like to become a part of this emerging industry. So just I'll give you a small statistic that a recent Microsoft report has stated that we are expecting close to 20 million jobs in the domain of data science and analytics by the year 2025. So there's a lot of scope in this industry. And many times what happens is that you plan to further your education, but you're not too sure of whether this is something that is meant for you. So just to explain you a little bit, business analytics is not really computer science. Business analytics is not also data science. Business analytics is rather the application of different kinds of data science tools and algorithmic techniques to derive insights from organizational data or public data. Also, the data can come from anywhere. It might be internal to an organization. It might be some data that the government owns, and then draw insights from this data to drive further strategies. So the essence of business analytics is to be able to make predictions for the future, as well as prescribe the best way forward. And that is why not only industries and big firms, but also governments are these days spending a lot on data science research and encouraging business analytics to grow, because data science gives you the toolkit, but its application is derived in business analytics. So that is the key difference between data science and business analytics. Now, coming to what this program is all about. So we have tried to curate a very unique program in this online MBA degree. It is a fully online program that we offer on Coursera, and we have tried to create the program keeping a typical working professional in mind. So the curriculum is designed, and also the expectation from students is such that you would be able to keep up with your personal and professional commitments while you are able, you also further your education. So educational continuity along with the work-life balance is what we have tried to keep at the center of this program. Having said that, despite all the this kind of mix that we've tried to impose in, we have not compromised with the quality of the program. It is a very, very intensive program. We would expect you to be putting in close to 9 to 10 hours of effort on a weekly basis to be able to complete the program in 2 years' time. But we do understand that many of you would be working professionals. You would have many professional commitments, which might make it difficult for you to complete the program in 2 years and follow it at the pace of 2 years. So we also provide a flexible pacing. So you can, complete the program in 2 years, 3 years, or maximum 4 years. So this kind of a flexibility has also been built into the program. If I talk of the curriculum, again, we've tried to balance the curriculum in a manner where we have a very, very healthy mix of management courses and analytics focused courses. So at the end of the day, I want everybody to understand that you will become a manager. It is an MBA degree, and therefore we have tried to focus sufficiently on all the core MBA curriculum that is typically taught in an MBA program. So starting from marketing to operations to organizational behavior, human resources management, financial financial management, financial accounting, economics, responsible business, ethics, all of these courses you will be exposed to as part of the program. And when we come to the analytics side, there as well we have almost an equal mix of management and analytics courses. And within the analytics courses, we have tried to include some core curriculum and then some curriculum that you can take on an interest basis. So these we call as electives. As part of the core curriculum, again, we understand that many of you might not be, you might not have any exposure to business analytics or to computer science or even maybe to mathematics. So we try to build from the very basics. We start from the basic statistical knowledge, then modeling in spreadsheets, and then we slowly help you grow towards different kinds of predictive techniques, then to more advanced techniques that involve text analytics or time series analytics or even artificial intelligence. So it's a progression that you will make during the 2 years, and then finally in your culmination semester you will have the option to choose from electives that are going to be domain specific. So if you're interested, say in HR analytics, you will have the option to take a course like that, or marketing analytics, or operation supply chain analytics, risk and financial analytics. So these kind of offerings have also been included as part of the electives curriculum, and you will have an opportunity to be doing that. In addition, we have also tried to include a capstone course, a project that you will be doing at the end of in the last semester, that will help you put all that you have learned into practice. So it is going to be a very hands-on kind of course that you will be eventually doing as part of the capstone project. And very quickly, I'll just brief you about the way that each course progresses as part of this program. So all the courses are, again, our excellent faculty have put in a lot of effort in curating all the courses that are on offer. In each course, you will get exposed to some asynchronous content, which many of you, if you've seen the Coursera platform, you would already be aware of, which comes usually in the form of videos or readings or practice material. This is combined with a fair opportunity for you to be assessing your performance and your learning. So we have practice assessments that you will be expected to take, and we also have weekly assessments built into the program that will help you keep in pace with the program. So this is there, and on top of this, for each course, you will be also undertaking a project that will expose you to a real life situation where you will be applying the learnings from the course. So we have tried to develop a very holistic program where you would emerge eventually as managers who are job ready and who are ready to take on the industry. So I think I'll just stop here and allow Vikram to please pose questions to the other panelists. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Divya. No, indeed, has been a very short, crisp introduction, because we are all here to know what exactly the word analytics mean, because this is a very strong word which is coming across the industry from various sectors. And for us as students, it is very important to have a right fit in our minds. So taking the program ahead, now let me just invite my another colleague, Professor Nivedita, who would be sharing the career prospects of analytics as a career. In the meanwhile, I'm also overwhelmed to see the Q&A session where there are already 8 questions being posted. And I assure you that each and every question will be taken over here to remove your doubts. Over to you, Professor Nivedita. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to apologize to everyone that I got a bad cold and cough. So while talking, I may interrupt the session with my coughing, but please excuse me for that. So let me start with that career prospect, what just Professor Divya said. There is what I'd say the wrong notion in the minds of the people that business analytics is equal to data science. So this is not actually. So let me clear this point from the very first beginning. So data science basically is a branch of computer science where people actually use the computing techniques. Computing techniques mean there are various algorithms. What we see in the layman's point of view, we can see the software packages running in the computer, right? Be it in internet or be it in offline or online mode. Now we come about the cloud computing concept. Then we have a artificial intelligence concept. So these are concepts are basically they are using some kind of software in your laptop or desktop to run the things. So while we are coding some algorithm, coding some programming, this is basically the domain of computer science. And who are specializing in those domains, they are basically, and when they are analyzing more data rather than, more than the programming part, when they are processing the data, then we tell them the data science. Now, then what is business analytics? So whenever you can understand, whenever we are including the word business, we are deliberately including the word business. We are not running the program like it is a data analytics MBA, right? We are telling it is a business analytics MBA. Then what is that? Actually, it is from the industry point of view. Let me tell you data, because I am in data background, so I obviously refer data. So according to this year 2021 NASSCOM report, there are huge gap, demand supply gap in the industry. They predicted there were 230,000 opening in this domain, whereas all the universities across the globe could produce only 90,000 skilled professionals. So 230,000 was the demand, whereas supply was only 90,000. So we can see there is a huge gap. Now you may ask me the question, why this is the gap? Because there are so many institutions offering, computer science, BTech, Bs, MCAs are there. Also the business schools are producing MBAs, right? Then why this is gap? Now I want to hit this point particularly. Business analytics actually, if I say in a mathematical term, this is intersection of business knowledge and data science technique. Now, what is intersection is the common. Now, what is the common part? Now, I am referring my friends of in my industry. Okay, they are always telling we always lack the employees in our company who understands both business and computer in equal parts. Either they are their computer scientists, BTechs, MCS, who are very good in coding, very good in programming, very good in data analysis, everything is fine. But whenever you are telling them some business problem, they have a difficulty to understand. Why? Because of the lack of domain knowledge in that particular area. For example, you are a computer scientist. You can say, okay, if I have this many of data, I can process this, I can generate a query, I'll put it in my database server, I'll get the result. But why this query is generating, what is the implication of the question, what the client is actually, asking in the report format. If you do not have any idea on that particular vertical of the industry, or basically the domain knowledge of that industries, you will be at loss. You just know this is the data, this is the result. What is the result doing? You don't have any idea. Are you getting my point? And also, what is then MBAs are doing? MBAs are having great business knowledge. They know, say there are the domain experts in marketing. There are, say, very good HR professional. There are very good operations professional, finance professional. They know their job really well. But whenever you are giving some data and telling them, analyze the data and prove your hypothesis. Hypothesis means I can say, assuming, okay, share market is acting in this way, I think it is this. But now nobody is now buying this concept from you. You are thinking this. Can't you prove it with the data? So whenever you are going to prove your thinking, we call it hypothesis, then you have to prove it with some data. Now, data is getting as a raw format. Okay, you are getting data from everywhere, from the net, from the so many public domain. Now you have chunks of data. What to do with those data? You have to analyze in a proper way. You have to generate the queries in a proper way so that you can pinpointly say, see, this is my result. This is the implication. That is why I am telling this. And so the business manager should do this. So we are basically focusing on why, what, how. Then we can give you the proper answer. So that is the lacking of business analytics is high demand in the industry. So we need a people here who can understand the business problem from the client, who are not data scientists. So they will tell you the problem in the business language. So one has to understand that, then have to translate that into a data model, then communicate that to the data scientist in the company. See, this is the problem. This is the model. Now you do the coding. Now the technical people will do the coding. They will give you the answer. This is my result. Again, if you send your computer scientist to the client will be miserable because they will talk in the terms of computer. Client will say, what are you talking? It is Greek, Latin, or Hebrew. So now the data scientist will give you the results. Then the business analyst will present the result in a lucid manner, in a plain English, so that the clients can understand. So whenever people ask me a question, I say business analysts are nothing but the interpreter between two languages. Here we are interpreting business language to computer language and computer language to business language. So being an interpreter, you have to know both the languages. Obvious. That is why our course MBA Business Analytics will focus on both the domains equally, where everybody will get the knowledge of business and as well as the data science, so that they can play lucidly between these two fields. Okay, so they must be flexible, and of course they must be very good communicator. So communication is also a very integral part with the computing technology and the domain knowledge. So this is my, I am ready to take any questions. So regarding the job prospect, Gartner has published a report in this 2021. So they have analyzed the job prospects in India. I am going to talk about India. So only BBA, BA, they can get a 7 lakhs per annum job, and the MBA, BA can get till 17 lakhs per annum job. This is a starting salary. So there is no looking, there are the huge prospect. So starting from data scientist to business scientist to system designer as a project lead. So if they can get the promotions and go on, so salary is not a question if you know the right thing and if you can apply your knowledge in the right way.
Thank you, Professor Nivedita. I think the way you have explained to us has made it very clear. And this heavy word, data, business, analytics, and you have mentioned it in a very small way. It's an interpreter. What cool word you have taken out, and I'm sure your teachers enjoy your classes a lot. So coming on to the next session, I would now like to invite my last speaker for today, who is Professor Amanish. And Professor Amanish is the Student Success Coordinator, because we launched this MBA Business Analytics program at Coursera in last semester. So we already have the first batch of our students. And Professor Amanish, I would request you if you can share some statistics or some interesting inputs about the first cohort, which can make the audience happy.
Hi, good evening. First of all, pleasure to be here. And I know you have a pile of questions to deal with, so I won't take a lot of time. And yes, we've had a wonderful experience in these very short 3 or 4 months since we have started the program. And even our current cohort, 60% of the students are non-Indians right now. And even out of those 60%, almost 40% of the students are from the US. And even those who are from India, we have a varied cohort in terms of experience, from almost 1 year of experience to 20 years of experience. We also, in terms of age, also the cohort is very diverse. And like even today, I am so happy to see people all across from, from US all the way to New Zealand, where it's almost midnight right now. And, people are still coming to attend this webinar. So I would quickly tell you about the student experience, right? What exactly does student success mean to us when we talk about this program? So, this being an online program, the experience is not the same as for offline students. But even then, we just want to assure you that you are no less to us than our own, offline students. And through different platforms like Slack and other social media networks, we try to make sure that you get the, if not identical, but a very similar level of engagement with all your other participants. And, we have regular live sessions for every course where you are able to meet your instructors face to face. And not just live sessions, they are actually held twice in a day. So we also accommodate for different time zones, so that you don't have to wake up at 3 in the morning to attend a live session. So we make sure that you don't have to do that. And in addition to that, we also have a lot of peer-to-peer graded assessments where you can actually assess the work of your own peers. You can talk to them, you can interact with them, and you can gauge your performance, benchmark it with your other peers as part of the program as well. And last but not the least, we have a dedicated email 24/7. You can always drop us an email if wherever you are stuck, it might be content wise, it might be administration, course related, program related, anything, any issue you have, we are right there for you. And we are still learning. I'll be very honest with you, it's new for us as well. And we will be developing a lot new other mechanisms, and Coursera has been brilliant. They have held our hand all along the way, and combined, with them, we'll make sure that you have a wonderful experience, and hopefully we are there to see the entire journey and to see you graduate, from our program as well. So I think that's all from my side for now, and back to you.
Thank you, Professor Amanish. Indeed, there is no doubt that a platform like Coursera has changed the face of learning in today's world, and especially since last 1.5 years, how we all have been using this important platform for learning is a testimony for the time. Now, coming back, I think we have a lot of questions already in the chat box, and I would like to start taking them. And be ready, my faculty colleagues. I would be, since most of the questions are related to academics, Professor Divya, you are the talk of the town today. So let me just pop up the first question. So the first question comes from Mr. Ravi, and it's a very important question. He wants to say, ma'am, is there any disadvantage of doing MBA with correspondence? This is one of the most important questions which we all have in our mind. So over to you, Professor Divya. Okay, Professor Nivedita wants to say something. Yeah. You will get the chance.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Vikram. So I'll just try to be very crisp about this. So I think I'll like to build upon what Amanish said, right? So in this program, we try to ensure that your experience is as similar to the experience that our on-campus students get. I'll not say that there are disadvantages of doing an MBA through correspondence, but probably there are different life situations that require you to take a call between an on-campus program and a correspondence program. So like I was saying, that this kind of a program has been designed not keeping a typical student who's just completed an undergraduate degree in, say, BA or BBA or BTech. It is a degree that has been designed keeping in mind the expectations, the needs and the wants of professionals who are, say, in the mid or the higher level positions in organizations. And now they see that there is a potential for them to reskill, upskill into a business analytics focused role. So some of them might want to grow in their own industry. They might be feeling some kind of stagnation in their current roles, and they feel that they can grow up the ladder if they get an MBA degree, which is specialized in the domain of business analytics. And because it is a growing industry, many others want to switch to business analytics as an industry. So if I can speak, just for the first cohort that we have, the average experience that our candidates have is about 17 years of work experience. So I think it is a life choice that you make when it comes to education, right? So when you're doing a degree, it is not just like a standalone Coursera course that you do. You're in it for a substantial amount of time, and you have committed to put in substantial amount of effort. So I think the call lies there, and irrespective of whoever is the university, I'm not talking just for JGU, here. I think irrespective of what the university is, the university will try to provide you the best of experience that is possible in any program that they offer. So I would not really say that there is a disadvantage to doing. I think it's just a choice that you have to make given your situation. So I think Nivedita can take up, just add.
Oh, I'm just going to talk about the, the hiring point of view. So when some industry hire the freshers, they prefer the full-time courses. But here, when they will be, they are the professionals, they are upskilling them, and they are being, for the promotion, they are doing it. So anybody will understand that they are working professionals. So it was not possible for them to go for a full-time program. So in that way, generally we say that there is a disadvantage in the online program vis-a-vis the full-time program. So here the context doesn't arise for the working professionals. So that is understanding.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Nivedita and Professor Divya. We have another question from Mr. Nasur Mohammed. And Nasur Mohammed says, is this course same as data analysis? And how long is the degree program? So I think one is the duration, and second is you want to have a clarity between this and data analysis.
Okay, so I can take the question, and then probably Nivedita, we can add to that. So see, like Professor Nivedita was briefing us earlier, data analytics is basically the set of tools and techniques. It is the toolkit that you have, and in data analytics you can be applying those tools and techniques to any kind of data. The moment we try to forge insights from the data analysis for the growth of a business, for the strategy of a business, for growing our businesses and trying to have a greater impact for our business from the use of data analysis, I think it then transforms into business analytics. So business analytics is a special case of data analytics where the application domain is business. And that is why this is a program which is MBA. It is a degree that you get is Masters in Business Administration, and the specialization is Business Analytics. So I mean, I think there should be clarity in all your minds that you will eventually become a manager after completing this program. And as Professor Nivedita said, you are going to act as the translator between the business side and the analytics side. Yeah. So I hope that this has been able to clarify, and anything that you would like to add, Mr. Nivedita.
Data sciences degrees are MS, not MBA, because they are basically the computer scientists focusing on the data analytics tools. So we are also equipped with those tools, but we apply this in the business knowledge. But data scientists, MS in data science, they can apply their knowledge in the not only in the business, they can apply the tool in the engineering domain also. They can go for any other domain also. Here, since we are a business school, so we focused in the business application. So now the choice is with the students specifically.
Thank you both. We have another question, and this question is from Mr. Basant. Mr. Basant says, why should I opt for Jindal Global Business School when I have an option to go for IIM 1-year BA program? So I think Mr. Basant is from India, so he does have the liberty to go for this course at IM. But if I go with my limited knowledge, as my colleagues have already mentioned, see, this online program is offered at a global platform with Coursera. So we have a global audience to interact with, to pursue with, and this is very, very useful. So, of course, the main languages, the softwares which are there in the field of analytics would be covered by both the places. But the duration but obvious the advantage of doing it in the ease makes it more important for a working professional, because many a times we all have observed that we start a program, but ultimately how many of us are able to continue it. So with that, maybe if anybody would like to take it ahead, or I have one more question. I think Professor Brajesh wants to say something.
Okay, so that's a lot of discussion is happening about the 2 years program versus 1 year program versus so-called correspondence. It's not a correspondence program, right? It's a proper degree program. So typically when, let's say, it totally depends upon what Divya clearly said. It depends upon what you want to do and what stage of life you are in. So let's say if I'm getting a chance to do and have the opportunity to do it from the Harvard and IIMs, probably yes. But this typically program is meant for, as Divya said, it's an online program. And then that means you have some other commitment as well. So, generally, I will say that we should not be comparing these programs with the full-time program, because these are two different products. But having said that, even for, let's say if I want to upskill ourselves. So now whether the certification is good, whether the 1 year is good, whether the 2 years is good, what as a Jindal Global Business School, with the help of Coursera, we thought that if we are going to have this MBA degree, so as a university, we are providing the degree as well. I just said the OP Jindal Global University is the #1 university. So it has also some kind of importance into that. So these different products are there, and we don't want to compromise with giving, let's say, the 3 or 4 courses of analytics, and then you are a MS or MBA in 1 year. So we thought that we are going to develop a program which gives our learners, our students, enough understanding of business, this is the discipline, and the data science, combining both, because what we have seen and what Nivedita very clearly said, that the job prospects are much more there when you imbibe both kind of knowledge. So the 2 years program is typically there for those kind of aspirants. So this is what just I added.
Oh, thank you, Professor Brajesh. Indeed, it's a practical reply. So we have another question from Kaushalya, if I'm speaking it right. Pardon me if I'm not able to pronounce your name right. The question is, how thorough is the core MBA topics you will cover under this program compared to more traditional MBA or any other MBA? So I think more of the curriculum related queries. So over to you, Professor Divya.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. I think it is a great question even for the other attendees who've joined our webinar. So the kind of curriculum that we cover for the core management courses is, I would say, almost the same as we would do in our normal MBA, the on-campus program that we have. The difference that exists between the online MBA in business analytics and another MBA program is not from the perspective of the core management curriculum, because all the core courses that are typically covered in an MBA program that a management professional is expected to know about, all of those are covered as part of our curriculum. The difference lies probably in the experience that you get with respect to the kind of electives and additional specialized courses that you do. In this case, because the specialization is business analytics, it is predefined as business analytics specialization. So within business analytics, there are certain core courses that we have curated for you, which are the essential building blocks for you to be able to appreciate the domain specific courses, and then we allow you to take certain domain specific courses depending on your interest. So I think that there's no difference, if I can just put it like that. I'll be quite lucid in saying this, that there's no difference in the core curriculum that we cover. No compromise has been made.
Professor Divya, there's a question which goes from Mr. Rehan Khanna, and the same kind of things have been asked. They want to understand what sort of modern softwares are we trying to embed in our curriculum. If you could throw some light on this.
All right, excellent question again. So I think this is one concern that typically we hear from most of our prospective students. As part of this program, we've tried to keep it at the cutting edge of technology. And I think all of you will appreciate that as a university, we are competing with many other universities in making an offering, and therefore there's no denying the fact that we have tried to ensure that you are exposed to all the latest tools and techniques that would help you grow and or switch to a business analytics career. So starting from Microsoft Excel and other spreadsheet tools, to applying data visualization through Tableau, to going on towards more programming focused analytics understanding through R and through Python, and eventually getting exposed to specific packages within these programming languages that will help you to probably develop models in artificial intelligence or text analytics or time series analytics. So we have tried to ensure that all that the entire spectrum of different kinds of tools and techniques is covered as part of the program. And often students ask us that why are you doing Tableau, why are you not doing Power BI, or why are you doing Power BI and not Tableau? So I just want to before we start getting questions like that, I want you all to understand that as when you're part of any educational program, the intention of the program is to equip you with the skill to be utilizing tools, right? So today Tableau is something which is very popular. Even Power BI now has become it's gaining a lot of ground, and 5 years down the line there will be something new. So the idea of our program is that you should be equipped to be able to quickly switch to any new tool that would help you do analysis. So that is the kind of sensitization that the program is trying to provide. So be it modeling a business problem, be it visualizing data, be it applying some kind of predictive techniques. These are the core things that you need to know, and then tool is just an add-on, right? So you can add using an abacus, you can add using a calculator, you can add using fingers, right? So I would suggest that irrespective of whether you join a program or not, don't be too inclined to or very sticky about the tools that you will get to know. It's more about knowing how to use the tools rather than the tools themselves.
Okay, great. I think this kind of a question was asked by many other people, and one most important thing is being asked about the recognition of the program, whether it is UGC recognized or AICTE. So these two terminologies, friends, might not be aware at an international platform because they both pertain to the Indian market. And usually the Indian students do have this question, the recognition of the degree. So the degree is recognized because, as Professor Brajesh mentioned, Jindal Global University has been recently judged as an institution of eminence, and that you can rightly see in the logo also, which is there. And we are among the top, I should say, rather, there are only 3 private universities which are being awarded this status of institution of eminence. So this course is very much recognized both at national and international level, and there is no problem as such in terms of the recognition factor. Another question which goes from columns is what would be the cost of the program and the payment structure? Is it fixed or subject to escalation? It's a very important question. We have already started our online application form on the Coursera website. The total program fees is $7,500 US, which is paid into 4 equal installments semester wise. So semester wise, you have to pay the fees. You have to divide the total fees into 4 semesters. There is no application fees as of now for the students. You just have to go to the platform, upload your transcripts. Minimum education which is required is graduation. And what Professor Divya and Nivedita also mentioned, you don't need to be a computer graduate to be enrolled into this program. The first cohort which we made had a mix of all background of students, because this course is specifically designed for working professionals, and the curriculum has been built in such a way that you all go ahead in same direction. Then Shubham asks, is this course in MBA only for job professionals? No, Shubham, as we mentioned, anybody who is having an interest to know more, to go with the time in for analytics, understand it is a course for them. Minimum education requirement is graduation. Kaushalya has an important question. Are all the assessments assignment based, or there are question answers based exams as well?
Okay, so I'll quickly take that question. So we have a very, we have a mix of different ways of assessing a student, and that is something which is also, it's a practice which is globally followed, because in order to ensure a holistic learning of the student, it's not just a quiz that we expect them to answer, it's also a real life problem that we expect them to be able to get their hands around. So we, as part of the curriculum, we have used a very healthy mix of quizzes, of peer graded assignments, where you work on something and then your peers will grade you on your performance. We have tried to build in assignments where you will be expected to write some code, and that code will get evaluated and you get marks accordingly. We have projects in every course where there will be some very real life situation that you will have to solve, putting your manager's hat on. So
Discussion prompt also.
And yeah, so also we've tried to include, as I think even Amanish had mentioned earlier, the possibility of you all interacting with each other, learning from your peers through the different kinds of discussion prompts that are there. So there are specific questions that are posed to you as a class, because typically there is no class participation that we can have. Everybody is going to consume the content at their own pace. But still, to allow the component of peer learning, we have these kind of prompts that they almost appear like a social media thread, where everybody is answering the same question, responding to each other and rebutting. So, it's a very diverse mix. So you can expect all kinds of questions to pass the program.
And
Thank
we have also
you.
the practice questions before they actually go for the graded assessment. So for each and every module, there are the practice set of questions. After practicing, they can go for the graded assessment, similar kind.
Okay. We have one more question from Mr. Rihan Khanna. He wants to know whether we have to purchase any additional softwares for this program, or how that expense will be taken care of.
So no, Rehan, as of now, we don't really expect the student to be spending on any software. Any software that would be required would either be available free, freely available. It would be a freeware or a free software, or a software that is available for free for academic use, or it would be a software that is licensed but will be provided to you by the university. So there is no additional software cost that you will have to bear.
Okay. This question has been popped up twice. I missed it initially. Basically, people want to know what is the fee structure of the program. So let me just once again get back to you. The total Program fees is $7,500. The program is designed for 2 years. You have to pay this amount semester wise. Each semester is for 6 months. And to start with the program, the basic eligibility is graduation. You should have a graduation degree. You would log into the Coursera application form. You will complete your application, upload all your transcripts. There is a short 2 minutes video which we have intentionally asked the students to upload, and you can cover anything, your aspirations, your understanding. The basic purpose of that video is to check your ability to understand and speak English as a foreign language. Since the medium of instruction is English, many students from the first batch, they asked me, sir, why is this video asked for? What is the purpose of this video? So I thought, let me just quickly get back to you. We just want to understand your ability to understand English as a medium of instruction. And you may share anything in that 2 minutes video which you feel is important for us to evaluate your application. The fees structure is fixed. Collins, you wanted to know this. There is no escalation clause. So if a student is enrolled now, the total duration is 7,500 is the fees for 2 years, split into 4 equal installments. If you pay the fees into one installment, somebody asked me, is there any concession? No, as of now, there is no concession. The fees is same, whether if you are an Indian national, then, or if you are residing in India, the fees is 5,50,000 for 2 years. If anybody is attending as an Indian student, let me just once again, the tuition fees is 5,50,000 for the 2 years for an Indian student. Otherwise, the fees has to be paid in US dollars. We have an anonymous attendee. The question goes, is the business field the main discipline that improve data analysis? I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question correct. Maybe my colleagues. That's the last question in the chat box. Is the business field the main discipline that improve the data analysis? What exactly?
I guess if I can correctly understand, he or she is asking about, the importance of analytics in the business domain. If it is, yeah, business and analytics is a very integral part of business knowledge nowadays. And when say 10 years back, people did the MBA, so only the domain knowledges are very important, like marketing, HR, etc. But now everything is computer based. So if people doesn't know computing, how to do with the data, how to collect it, process it, how to interpret, how to analyze using the tool, so that is a problem. So only this knowledge will not help. So take marketing, HR, operations, finance, any field. So analysis is an integral part.
Okay. Professor Nivedita, I have often encountered this question, and it has again come up over here. Titilope Blaze has written this question: for a career entry level, would you recommend an MBA in business analytics or an MSc in business analytics? Is there any difference between MBA in business analytics or MSc in business analytics primarily?
MS is not business analytics. MS given in the data science. So because data science, no, this is a discipline under science domain. So this is MS in data science, MS. So this is what that Divya said, business analytics is a subset of data science, you can say. But the data science curriculum, they mainly focuses on the computing technologies and tools rather than focusing on the business knowledge. Okay, so that is one discipline, separate discipline. Say if you can take science or commerce after class 10, similarly. So if you are more inclined to scientific, like I am an MSc in mathematics, I am more inclined to computing rather than the the business language or the qualitative thing. So similarly, it depends on the choice. If people are more inclined to computing, they will take MS Data Science. If people are more inclined to the business knowledge part, they will take MBA in business. So business, whenever the word is coming, it is MBA, because yeah, we are
quickly add to that. I'll just take 30 seconds. I think I know where the question is coming from. Actually, this is more of a European and a British model, where they actually offer MSc in business analytics. So the thing is that those courses actually have a very limited, courses on business, which is management. So they'll have an 80% of analytics and 20% a very overview of management. But on the contrary, an MBA in business analytics is almost a 50-50% division, where we'll be going thoroughly through management courses and through analytics courses as well. So I think that all depends on where you want to be in your career and what kind of a job you're looking for. I think that would be, the best way to decide which degree to go for.
That is why I said, as you choose science or commerce after class 10.
Absolutely.
Similarly, you're depending on your inclinations.
Yes.
If you are more business minded, then take business analytics. If you are more data, the computing knowledge in more in it, then take data science. Up to you.
Friends, this question has again come up. If in case you would like to have any deeper understanding about the curriculum or the electives, I would request you to write an email to Professor Divya. Her email ID I have already mentioned in the chat box. You can just scroll the chat box. For any academics related query, please feel free to write to Professor Divya. And I have also mentioned my contact number as well as my email ID on the chat box. And for any admissions, fee structure, eligibility, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate and you can get in touch with me. There was
I'll
one
just add to that, Vikram, just if I may. So our program page on Coursera also has been very thoughtfully curated. So it provides a lot of information about the program. So I would also like to encourage you all to please also go through our program page on Coursera.
Thank you. I think my colleague Kshitij has already posted the link. Friends, you all can copy this link. It is very informative. And still, if you feel there is anything which is missing, needs to be clarified, we are here for you. And I think with that, we have covered all the questions. If still anything is left, please you feel free to write back to us. Or do we have any time left? I'm not sure, because 1 hour was the time. I think we are dot on time. And thanks for being with us, friends. We are greatly honored to have this international presence across the globe, and looking forward to see many of you in our second batch, which is going to get live in February. Admissions are already open. And as per the application process, you need to complete the application form, upload your academics, transcripts, video, and once we review, we will come back to you and let you know about the offer of admission. With that, I would like to thank my partners, my friends from Coursera for arranging this informative session, my fellow colleagues, Professor Brajesh, Professor Divya, Professor Nivedita, and Professor Amanish, along with Mr. Anshul, who has driven this webinar for today. Thank you and have a happy evening ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, everyone.